Hi everybody. Now I'm going to discuss about the ion selective electrode. This ion selective electrode possesses the ability to respond only to certain specific ions and thereby developing a potential with respect to that particular ions only and ignoring the total ions in a mixture. That means ion selective electrode develops the potential by responding to the ions of its own interest. That means, for example, in the ion selective electrodes, they are using the membranes. If a glass membrane is getting this glass membrane is only H plus ion selective. H plus ion selective. That means this membrane allows only H plus ions and ignoring the all the ions. And by responding to this only H plus ions and producing the potential with respect to these ions only by ignoring the all ions in the mixture. And the one of the example of this ion selective electrode is glass electrode. Glass electrode. This glass electrode construction will be a thin walled glass bulb we are taking here. A thin walled glass bulb. And the bottom, this acts as a membrane. This glass membrane is only a H plus ion selective. In this we are taking 0.1 HCl solution. 0.1 m HCl solution. And a platinum wire or AgCl coated, silver chloride coated silver electrode or silver wire. We are taking, and this glass electrode is used for the measurement of pH of unknown concentration solution. For this, we are dipping this glass electrode in unknown concentration solution, that is H plus ions concentration is HCl solution. This is H plus concentration, we don't know that. And here in a solution we have the 0.1 HCl solution and this is a different acid solution. And to find the concentration of this unknown solution, here this and glass electrode is coupled with potentiometer with a reference electrode. The reference electrode we are taking here saturated caramel electrode. Already we have discussed this saturated caramel electrode. saturated caramel electrode. At bottom we have the mercury, above which a paste of mercury, mercurous chloride, and the remaining portion is filled with the saturated KCl solution, KCl, and a platinum wire is dipped into the mercury to make the electrical contact, and this side tube is function as a salt bridge. With this, a total cell is formed here. And here, when two solutions of different pH values, the two solutions are separated by different pH at different concentration. Between the surface of the membrane, the potential will be develops here. The potential develops at the surface of the membrane depends on the concentration of the solution. And this glass electrode potential value is calculated by using a formula of Eg. The single electrode potential value is calculated by using of Nernst equation. That is Eg is equal to E naught of G minus 2 point calculated by, I am writing at 25 degrees centigrade. At 25 degrees centigrade I am writing Eg is equal to E naught G plus 0.0592 pH. This is single glass electrode potential values given by the equation of Eg is equal to E naught G plus 0.0592 pH. With this, a total cell is constructed here, and total E cell, that is E cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. Here E cathode is a reference electrode. The right side electrode is cathode, is a saturated caramel electrode. Already I given the value for the saturated caramel electrode. Potential value is 0.2422. The minus, this is what anode. Anode is what here? No, glass electrode is works as an anode, and whose potential value is given by the expression of this E naught G plus 0.0592 pH. This is E naught G plus 0.0592 pH. Simplifying this one, 2422 minus E naught G minus 0.0592 pH. This E cell is equal to. From this, 0.0592 pH is equal to 0.2422 minus E naught G minus E cell. From this, pH is equal to 0.2422 minus E naught G minus E cell divided by 0.0592. From this, once we know the pH of the solution, from that we can find the concentration of unknown solution by using of this ion selective electrode, that is glass electrode. Next, I am going to discuss about the potentiometric titrations. Let us going to discuss about the potentiometric titrations. Potentiometric titrations are important applications of EMF measurement. And in potentiometric titrations, endpoint of the reaction is calculated by measuring the EMF of this cell. To measure the EMF of this cell, this in potentiometer iterations, we have to using two electrodes. That is, what is a reference electrode? Reference electrode. The reference electrode we are taking for the construction of the cell is saturated calomel electrode. And this saturated calomel electrode we are taking as a reference in the potentiometer iterations means whose potential of the reference electrode will not changes by changing the concentration of the solution. And second electrode we are taking as a indicator electrode. Indicator electrode. And indicator electrode potential value will be changes with the change in the concentration of the solution. Next we are taking solvent. Solvent. These are to construct a total cell. One is reference electrode, another one is indicator electrode, and a solvent which we are taking. And now I am going to discuss about the types of potentiometer titrations. First one is acid base titrations. In acid base titrations, a cell is constructed as a potentiometer. We are taking a saturated calomel electrode. Saturated calomel electrode, this is a KCl solution. Mercurous chloride. Saturated calomel electrode. And here we are taking a quinhydron electrode. The quinhydron electrode is taking as a indicator electrode. Quinhydron electrode. And here we are taking HCl solution. And we are dipping and quinhydron powder, and we are dipping the platinum wire. This is a quinhydron electrode, and these two are connected by the salt bridge, and during the reactions, platinum electron, we are taking a burette in burette we are filling there is a base in OH, and acid solution we are taking in a beaker, and this we are forming a quinhydron electrode, and here in the we are filling the sodium hydroxide solution. Now with this the total cell is constructed from this. This is a reference electrode, and this is quinhydron electrode is acting as an indicator electrode. Now let's say E cell. E cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. Here anode is a reference electrode, there is saturated calomel electrode. Cathode is an indicator electrode, quinhydron electrode. And before the addition of this base to the acid, in the potentiometer we get some potential value, that is E cell. And whenever it is showing some value before the addition of base, volume of titrant, that is base, volume of titrant added, that is NaOH, is 0, and it means before addition of this base from burette to this acid solution, it's showing some potential value that will be pointed as A point. Now, by the gradual addition of this base to the acid, we are adding NaOH to the acid solution. In this type of reaction is possible. There is a formation of sodium chloride and water molecule. Loss of water means the H plus ions in the solution is removed as water molecule. Now, this reference electron means whose potential value will not changes with the change in the concentration. This is acting as an indicator electrode. This is a pinhydron electrode, and this pinhydron electrode is acting as a cathode now. At cathode, reaction takes place is what? Is H plus ions by gaining of electrons converting into of H2. This reduction reaction is possible at pinhydron electrodes. This pinhydron electrode potential value is EQ is equal to E naught Q minus 0.0592 by 1, that is N log concentration of products by concentration of reactant. That is the product is what? H2 of then H plus. And here E naught Q minus 0.0592 log pure gases concentration we are taking as a unity activity. That's why 1 by H plus from this E naught Q is equal to 0.0592 log H plus of minus 1. We are taking to front side. There is a E naught Q is equal to, I take into previous, there is a word minus of log a to the power of minus n become minus n log. With this use the positive 0.0592 is a log H plus. Nothing. E cell is equal to E cathode. Cathode is pinhydron electrodes. The value is E naught Q plus 0.0592 log H plus ion concentration minus anode. Anode is a what? Reference electrode, that is 0.2422. Whenever we are adding this base from the burette to the acid, the number of H plus ions are removed by the water molecule. Means as the H plus ion concentration is decreasing, the total E cell value also decreases. That's shown by a gradual addition of base to the acid, the H plus ions will be neutralized. It is the potential value will be slightly decreases. By this, after the complete neutralization of these H plus ions, there is a slight change in the potential value. With this we get a sigmoidal curve in the case of acid base titrations. There is a sharp change in the EMF gives the end point. A sharp change in the potential, that is the EMF, is gives the end point. In this case, detection of exact end point is somewhat difficult. To get the exact end point value, we are plotting a graph between volume of titrant versus delta E by delta V values. The change in potential with the change in volume with respect to volume of titrant, we get a curve like this. Here, the sharp point gives the end point. This is about the acid bed titrations. Next, precipitation titrations. In the precipitation titration, same. A reference electrode we are taking as saturated calomel electrode. Here, in the burette, we are taking KCl solution. Here we are taking the silver electrode, silver white. In the solution we are taking silver nitrate solution. Silver nitrate solution. For the in case of precipitation titration, this is a reference electrode, saturated calomel electrode, and the indicator electrode will be silver electrode we are taking. In the burette we are filling KCl solution, and here this is silver nitrate solution. And with this, the same way, in case of precipitation titrations, these Ag plus ions are treated with KCl solution. In this, whenever we are adding this KCl to the silver nitrate solution, this reaction is possible. That is AgCl is precipitated and producing KNO3. This AgCl is the Ag plus ions are removed as AgCl precipitation by titrating with the KCl solution. And this electrode, the silver electrode is acting as a now cathode, means the possible reaction is reduction reaction. This Ag plus ions by gaining of electrons producing Ag. Here, this silver electrode potential value is E of Ag is equal to E naught of Ag silver electrode minus 0.0592 of log 1 by Ag plus ion concentration, because product by reactant. Reactant is Ag plus ions. This E naught Ag minus 0.0592 log. I am writing here. It's positive with this coming to numerator, that is Ag plus ions. Now this is silver electrode potential value. Writing in E cell is equal to E cathode. Cathode is E naught silver electrode plus 0.0592 log Ag plus ion concentration minus 0.2422, that is anode potential value is same, saturated calomel electrode reduction potential value. Now, before addition of KCl to the silver nitrate, The potential value in the potentiometer is same pointed as A. Whenever we are adding this KCl to the silver nitrate, this reaction is possible. This Ag plus ions in solution is removed. By this, the concentration of Ag plus ions is decreasing by the titration with the KCl solution. As the concentration of Ag plus ions is decreasing, E cell value will be decreases. By the gradual addition of this KCl to the silver nitrate solution, the number of Ag plus ions concentration is decreases. With this, potential value again decreases. The same way, by the gradual additions of this KCl, potential values are changing. After the complete neutralization of these Ag plus ions, there is a slight change in the potential value. Same type of sigmoidal curve is obtained in the case of precipitation titrations. And in this case, detection of exact endpoint is difficult, so that we are plotting a graph between same volume of titrate, that is what KCl solution now. This titrate is now KCl solution titrate. With the change in potential with change in volume, we get the curve as like this. From this, we can get the exact endpoint value. This is about the precipitation titrations. Next, third type of potential titrations is oxidant reduction. And reduction, nothing but redox titration. In this case, the reference electrode is same. Saturated carbon electrode we are taking, and the indicator electrode is, in unit we are taking potassium dichromate solution K2Cr2O7, and in this we are taking the Fe plus 2 ions. Here this electrode, this cathode, the reaction with dichromate were added to this ferrous solution. The possible Cr2O7 minus 2, the possible reaction is 14H plus 6 Fe plus 2, converting into 2 moles of chromium plus 3 plus 6 moles of Fe plus 3, Fe plus 2 converting into ferrous is converting into ferric, 8 7 moles of water. This is the possible cell reaction. This undergo oxidant is used for the oxidation of this iron plus 2 to iron plus 3. It undergoing reduction and producing Fe plus 3 ions. This it is acting as a cathode, means at cathode this Fe plus 3 ions by the gaining of electron producing Fe plus 2 ions. For this electrode, potential value is equal to E naught minus 0.0592 log concentration of product Fe plus 2. Reactant is Fe plus 3. Is E naught of this iron electrodes. Point I am writing as a positive, that is a 0.0592 log changing the Fe plus 3 by Fe plus 2. That's why I am changing the sign over here by changing the numerator and the denominator here. Now the potential of this single electrode depends on the concentration of Fe plus 3 by Fe plus 2. Here this E cell is equal to E cathode. Cathode is this iron electrode 0.592 log Fe plus 3 by Fe plus 2 minus, there is anode is a reference electrode, this is 0.2422. This is E cell. Whenever this dichromate is added to this ferrous solution, producing this ferrous ions convert oxidized to Fe plus 3, means the number of Fe plus 3 ions increasing. As the number of Fe plus 3 ions is increasing by addition of these dichromates, the total E cell value will be increases. With this, in this case, we get the initial is showing some potential value. By this, some potential value will be increasing by the addition of this dichromate solution to the ferrous solution. Then after the, as we get the curve as this type of sigmoidal curve we are getting in the case of oxidation reduction reactions. The endpoint will be this one. To get the exact endpoint value, same we are plotting a graph between delta E by delta V versus volume of titrant. We get curves in this way, in this form, and this gives the exact endpoint value. The next type of potentiometric titrations is complexometric titrations. In complexometric titrations, the potential mainly depends on the formation of complex. Formation of complex. Titration of these silver ions with cyanide ions producing AgCl2 complex. This AgCl2 complex with Ag plus ions producing 2 moles of AgCl, and here titration of this silver nitrate with the cyanide ions producing a complex of, as complex is forming, the potential values will be increasing. The same type of sigmoidal curve is obtained in the case of complexometric titrations.